Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the TV6 Digital Desk live stream. My name is Molly Birch, and I'll be taking you through a recap of today's headlines. This stream runs every night starting at 7 Central Time from Sunday to Thursday. You can find us streaming on both Facebook or YouTube, whichever platform you'd prefer. Feel free to comment or ask any questions you have in the chat as you feel like it. I'll do my best to keep an eye on those comment sections and answer your questions as we go and after the stream as well. With all of that business out of the way, let's take a look at our first story for tonight. The 96th annual UP State Fair opens tomorrow in Escanaba. Skirbeck Entertainment Group is back on the Midway with food, fun, and rides for the whole family. Returning activities include daily dog shows and an expanded Ladies' Day. On Tuesday, the lights and music will be on the Midway will be turned down. Organizers say they're trying out a new sensory-friendly Midway from 11 in the morning to 1 in the afternoon. And Wednesday's theme is now wellness with special activities for older adults.
Once people pass through the gates, there's just a lot of activities, a lot going on the fairgrounds. We encourage people to come out and spend the day or spend the week.
Gates open at 5 in the evening. For fair hours and more information, go to OutForMichiganSource.com or the TV6 and Fox UP mobile news app. And boaters received free washes this weekend to stop the spread of invasive species. MTU's Keweenaw Invasive Species Management Area set up a washing station at the Hudson County Marina. Students washed and educated boaters about aquatic hitchhikers. Student Elam Maurer says invasives will stick on motors and it only takes a small segment to regrow.
The motto that we have is clean, drain, dry. So it's really important for us to be cleaning because we don't want to bring it from one lake to another. So it's all about just making sure that you're just being vigilant.
This spot, unfortunately, they don't have it labeled very well.
No, it's a little hidden.
He says people have a general idea about invasives, but don't know how big of an impact they have on the environment. Students set up a mat to catch the used water and will properly dispose of those invasive species. A physical therapy center is introducing a unique way to train your body balance in the UP. TV6's Julia Seitz visited the center and she shows us how its equipment fights the fall.
A new Escanaba Physical Therapy Center uses harnesses on tracks to support your progress. Physical Therapy and Balance Centers is the first of its kind in the UP.
An ounce of prevention is a pound of cure. It's very important, and if we can catch you ahead of time before the fall, then that's what we're after.
Physical therapist Dr. Jarrett Sadler says September is Fight the Fall month. Falls could lead to hip bone fractures or head injuries, especially in elderly patients.
The harness can hold up to 1,000 pounds, and the goal is for the patient to focus on fall prevention without the fear factor.
If we don't push your body past its normal daily activities, there's no reason for it to make any adaptations or gains.
He says it's important to build up your balance systems to prevent falls. With the harness, you can walk on a beam or a moving treadmill to test yourself. Physical Therapy and Balance Center's co-owner, Marvin Zukalowski, says the center is a complement to other therapists, not competition.
And allow people to get through and on with their lives in a healthy fashion, as healthy as possible. That's our goal, is to make a healthier community. Like I said, be preventative.
He says the center helps people who can't get needed surgeries because they can't line up a physical therapist.
Which allows your mind and body to work together now, not with having somebody physically walk you by the arm. You're on your own again, and you're allowing those stabilizer muscles to re-engage with your body and mind together.
Zukalowski says they offer free balance or injury screening. Julia Seitz, TV6 News, Escanaba.
Thank you, Julia. Volunteers at the Hanka Homestead shared their love of the past with the public yesterday. The Historic Museum hosted a special Heritage Day to highlight history and the Finnish culture. Crowds were drawn to the 40-acre homestead to view the historical buildings, dance performances, and the homesteaders' skill demonstrations. One volunteer says many Finnish people settled in the area because it looked a lot like Finland.
A lot of Finns grew up here and lived here, and many of them had homesteads. So this gives the people that have an opportunity to see how their ancestors lived. And it also is good for Copper Country because it shows how people were able to endure very difficult conditions.
To learn more about the Hanka Homestead or to volunteer, go to uppermichigansource.com or the TV6 and Fox UP mobile news app. And finally tonight on the TV6 Digital Desk live stream, an annual mineral and rock show ended today after a successful weekend. Vendors from around the Great Lakes brought their rocks and more to Houghton. Kids also had fun with goodie bags and metal detecting. People could pick native minerals like copper or exotic crystals. A Copper Country Rock and Mineral Club member says rocks are important.
They all have a story to tell about how our planet works and how we've gotten to where we are today. They're also important because we make things out of rocks and minerals, but then if you look around here, you'll see that they're just plain beautiful.
Visitors also had the chance to get unique items from a silent auction. Besides rocks, artists also shared their creations, and displays showcased fluorescent rocks and how miners removed ores. That's all the stories we have for you tonight. If you see something happening in your area that you think we should report on, feel free to contact us at any time. These are a few easy ways to get a hold of both myself and others in the newsroom, and again, you can contact us at any time. We would love to hear from you and what's happening in your community. I'll see you again tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, but first, you can find TV6's Mandy Koskela and Michael Sobek streaming from the TV6 Facebook page every weekday morning at 8:45 Eastern Time. They'll be recapping top headlines from the morning on their show, Beyond Your Morning News. Until next time, I'm Molly Birch, and thanks again for joining me live from the TV6 Digital Desk. Have a great rest of your night.